Like you go to try to do
Welcome
even Scott.
back. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Charm City Beat Live. Oh shit. Yeah, that started off crazy. But here we are. Um shit. What a God. In case you did not waste your Thursday evening, you may have missed the news. Lamar Jackson has been robbed of the MVP trophy. Now let's just get into it. Fuck it. I don't even care. Thursday night at the NFL Honors, we saw something that we wouldn't have expected, and that is Lamar Jackson not get his MV3 honors. Ross, let's talk about it.
The most definition of a pity MVP I've ever seen.
Ever.
I mean, there's a reason why everyone that voted for Josh Allen the last 2 days has been coming out to explain why they have, and yet almost everyone who voted for Lamar is just like, nah, you see why. As in another standpoint is the so-called, everyone says, the greatest quarterback of all time, TB12 voted for Lamar.
Yeah.
Most of the people who voted for Lamar, as you can see, because they were probably surprised to find out that their votes were released, so they're probably, most of the people who voted for Lamar are football players, former. Everyone who voted for Josh Allen mainly were media, including his fanboy, Dan Orlovsky.
To me, it just, again, it definitely screams pity party, but it also goes to show, like, just because you cover football does not mean you know football. Because, again, outside of some other shit, there really is no excuse. Again, stat for stat for stat, outside of the record, Lamar Jackson beat Josh Allen by a fucking mile. Because if we're going off stats, shit, Joe Burrow should have been probably up there. I think Joe Burrow probably statistically had a better season than Josh Allen.
Oh, I mean, we've said this many times. If the Bengals made the playoffs, Joe Burrow's probably winning MVP.
Yeah. I would have respected that.
And I mean, and as someone pointed out to me, if Saquon Barkley won't win MVP this year, no other positions ever win an MVP ever again. What could he have done? If anyone should have taken it from Lamar, it should have been him.
Yeah.
But I mean, then we got Jim Miller's out there voted him fourth.
Yeah, what's wrong with that guy?
I saw people complaining, how could this guy vote Josh Allen third? Like, you dumbasses, someone voted Lamar fourth. It should have been all top three minimum. Fourth. He almost set the record for quarterback rating through 4 interceptions, all arguably not his fault. And everyone said, well, he had Derrick Henry. The Ravens led the league in rushing every year except when Lamar was hurt before Derrick Henry got here. Yeah. Derrick Henry is the one who had one of his better statistical years. So once again, so Peyton Manning wasn't supposed to win MVP when he had talent around him.
Yeah.
Kurt Warner won with, I don't know, they pretty sure they call it the greatest show on turf, and he won MVP, but that was fine. Tom Brady didn't win his first until he got a receiver called Randy Moss, but no, Josh Allen had no one good on his team except the running back who I'm pretty sure led the league in rushing, had over 1,000 yards, but they all suck. If I was Josh Allen's team, I'd be more pissed about that. Yeah. Like, so what the hell are we? Sorry, Lamar had players around him. It's called he elevated the players around him, so they were Pro Bowlers. There's a reason why he's all pro. He's the best quarterback of the year. So how does he not win MVP then? Yeah. Same people voted.
The same exact people.
Hasn't happened in 21 years. That an first team all pro didn't win MVP.
It's absolutely fucking nuts. Absolutely. I don't get it. Again, Lamar Jackson literally did shit that no other quarterback has ever done. And I'll go on the record, I for one didn't want him to get the MVP trophy like this. I thought it was going to be the other way around, not get the MVP trophy, go to the Super Bowl, win that. Again, But somehow here we are, no Super Bowl, no MV3. It just seems odd.
I think we're gonna just have to get to the point though, accept that the MVP is gonna come whether we make a Super Bowl or not, because Lamar is just that type. That he's that dude.
Yeah.
As I've said before, back when we first got Lamar after 2019, Baltimore's not used to that. They're not used to having a star on offense at a star key position.
Yeah.
That's in the media doing it. We just had Flacco. Huh?
Hey, whoa. Speak some
I get
respect
that,
on
but
Flacco.
let's be honest. Flacco wasn't out there
Wasn't
doing
the
everything.
superstar.
He wasn't a GQ. Wasn't doing. He wasn't a people
Right.
like, hey, let's get him to do stuff. He wasn't hanging out with rappers and celebrities. He wasn't hanging out with LeBron's.
At WWE events.
Yeah, so
it's like a Raw the time we went.
that's and that's also pointed out. Without Lamar MVP year, we're not even in the playoffs. He had the worst defense for the first 10 weeks, which everyone seems to forget about, especially in Buffalo, because they seem to be very specific on when they start measuring things from.
Yeah.
Like they seem to only measure Josh Allen after that week 4 game, which he lost to Lamar head to head. Playoff don't matter. Vote happened a week right after week 18.
Yeah.
That had nothing to do with it. Because if the vote happened in the playoffs, my opinion, Dan Quinn's winning Coach of the Year. But so yeah, so that's surprisingly he was second in Offensive Player of the Year.
I would have thought if he didn't get MVP, it should have been at least Offensive Player of the Year. Again, shit that's never been done before. What do you have? Like 900 yards rushing and 4,000 yards passing. Like you said, 4 interceptions, none of which were probably even his fault right down to the line. So I'm just in disbelief. I don't fucking get it.
I mean, sorry that Buffalo likes to shove their quarterback in the ass of the 1 yard line. But, when Lamar runs, it's all right. Why is he running? No, Josh Allen. I couldn't count how many times Tony Romo was glazing over. They gotta give it a shot. Give it a shot. I'm glad Tony Romo doesn't have a vote because he straight said, I'm going to vote for Josh Allen because he doesn't have one yet.
It's giving participation trophy, bro. Like, it doesn't mean shit. If we're giving shit out because dudes don't have it, that, like, what's even the point at this point? Like, what's even the point? It means nothing. Oh, he doesn't have one. If we're doing these awards and they're supposed to mean something, it should statistically mean something. It should, again, your value to your team. Like you said, we didn't have a good defense for 10 fucking weeks. The only reason why we won is the fact that we scored just enough touchdowns more than the other teams. Because our defense was letting us down every fucking game.
Our defense was letting us down. The kicker was letting us down.
Whew, boy, we're going to talk about him at some point in this show. We'll say that to the end.
But we were still in these games. They always love the way. Well, Josh Allen, he beat Kansas City. He didn't lose to Oakland didn't they almost lose to New England? Don't they play in probably one of the weakest divisions right now?
Weakest.
They basically took the place of the Patriots in that division. I mean, the reason Hard Knocks picked the AFC North and not the AFC East.
Exactly. It's not even. It's a non-factor at this point.
Man, we played the who could have been easily MVP twice.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep going back. Oh, 2009. What about last year? See, now it's only. Did you see Lamar? Yeah, Lamar not had good overall stats. Did you see who he beat? Did you see who he played?
Yeah.
And I remember, Josh Allen didn't even finish second last year. I don't know why they keep whining about that one. He finished 4th.
It makes absolutely no sense. Oh man, more fuel to the fire at this point. It's just more fuel to the fire.
Like other people point out, if you want to go with valuable, you could almost go with Mahomes every year.
He's the one making magic happen.
I mean, this year he was carried a little bit by special teams, defensive plays, but I've never seen people break down the definition of valuable this much ever.
Because it's never been so blatantly wrongly defined in the decision between two, albeit great quarterbacks. Again, Josh Allen isn't a shit quarterback. No, he's great. But I don't understand how one over the other. I just don't get it.
Like I said, 21 years, the first team All Pro didn't win MVP. The first time since Adrian Peterson, I think, won the MVP that the first team quarterback All Pro didn't win it. The only other time it technically didn't happen was between McNair and Manning, but that was a co-MVP.
That's crazy.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised that didn't pop back up again. I don't know if they basically said, no, y'all can't do that no more. Because that's the only time I remember that happening.
How the hell is there a co-MVP? I wonder.
I mean, if there's 50 votes, enough people, however they do this crazy math, whatever votes count-wise, because every vote, man, easily could have tied, but say this was 27-23. Yeah. Oh, and also I believe that let's go back to her good old dumbass Jim Miller. Apparently, he also didn't vote Lamar All Pro in 2019. You know, his unanimous MVP year.
Makes sense.
I don't know how that happens either.
Who is this guy? Where's he from?
I don't know. I don't care.
He's a non-factor. Again, like we were locked in for the awards ceremony. And it's like, you know what? There ain't shit else on TV. Let's watch the NFL honors. You know, we were watching the pre-show, watched the red carpet.
That's when people started concerning me because I said Lamar wasn't there.
Yeah, I noticed Derrick Henry is there. I was like, okay, Derrick's there. You know, Lamar, and it's like, okay, that is weird. Lamar must have got the email obviously beforehand.
Supposedly, everyone was supposedly showed up late last year, but no, he wasn't there. So once people started tweeting that, I was like, I don't like that. That's not good.
No, I it was at that moment when we realized it was like he's not there. He's probably not getting it. But
no, the NFL got to pimp Josh Allen, his actress wife or whatever she does. I don't even know who she is.
Something. Yeah, I don't know shit about her.
But, Lamar needs a date a celebrity. I think we need to find someone who's hip now. Who's in.
No, I people just need to wake up and understand football. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
As you pointed out, most of the people who voted for Lamar played no football.
Yep.
What the hell they're doing?
Just saying, Lamar Jackson getting snubbed on Black History Month is crazy. That's all I'm saying. This shit's crazy. We're gonna leave it. Moving on though, another disappointing moment in the NFL honors: Terrell Suggs and Marshall Yanda not in the Hall of Fame. Shocking. Astonishing. Not even. I would have accepted one or the other.
I didn't. I wasn't. I didn't have high hopes for Yanda. He's a guard.
Didn't have high hopes with Terrell Suggs going to the Hall of Fame.
Suggs, I did. Yanda was. He'll get there.
Yanda,
I was like, Yanda will get there, but he's a guard. Let's.
Yeah, he's got
Suggs. I thought like, yeah, this should happen.
Yeah, that was weird. Really surprised because I'm thinking of the defensive end that went in, Jared Allen.
Below him on every ranking.
Huh?
3 less sacks and fourth spots lower on the all-time sack list. And he went in over Suggs.
No Super Bowls. No defense. Was he ever Defensive Player of the Year?
I don't know. I didn't look all that up.
Suggs was. Again, I don't know. I mean, we can turn this into a bitch parade, but yeah, the NFL and the Ravens, man, shit's obvious. It's obvious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Go. Snub coach Joe D.
Yeah, Joe D not being included in the memoriam, that was a little weird because it was going so fast. I was like, shit, I haven't seen Jacoby.
I was like, we should have two here. I'm like, there's Jacoby.
Yeah, and I was like, the fact that Joe D was not there, that was weird. That was really weird, kind of uncomfortable. Yeah. I don't know. Again, if you waste your Thursday night like we did, Jesus, time I'll never get back.
I stopped after the pity MVP award got handed up.
That's when we
I didn't even let him get to the stage.
Shit. I was like, I gotta hear what this fucking dumbass has to say. Yeah, I need to hear it.
I know more interest. You told me about Man of the Year. I was like, I didn't even.
Yeah. When Roquan didn't get it, I was like, well, no.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know how that was. I don't know if they picked finalists and then they picked this guy. I know all teams picked someone. So I was like, whatever.
Yeah, it was just like, get me the fuck out of here.
And get Ray Lewis there. Can't even get Suggs on the stage. Can't get.
How beautiful would that have been? How beautiful would that moment have been?
Can't get Lamar and Ray.
Ed Reed wasn't even there. He knew bullshit was going on. Was J.O. there? I didn't see him.
No, they didn't have all the Hall of Famers. They only had those, whatever they had. Ray didn't even have his jacket.
Yeah, Ray didn't even have his jacket. That should have been the first red flag. It's like, damn, Suggs ain't going.
I was like, man, nothing's going good for us today. I ain't wearing my jacket.
Oh, man. Well, let's rip the proverbial bandage off. We haven't talked about it. It's been an ongoing, late-breaking ongoing story for the last week or so. Justin Tucker, it's crazy even to say this, has been accused of inappropriate sexual behavior by 9 Baltimore area massage therapists. All these incidents occurred from 2012 to 2016, Tucker's first 5 years in the league. Tucker has, of course, denied these allegations, calling them unequivocally false. Ross, what are your thoughts on this?
We
are not legal professionals.
I've been very careful. I've been thinking of this because, unfortunately, with the whole new Me Too movements and all that, now immediately it goes right to, oh, well, they say he did it, so screw that guy. Well, I'm kind of glad I was listening to the fan one morning, and Ed Norris probably was like, there's still got to be the innocent until proven. Like he's pointing out, these are all allegations. This is not true claim. It's like I said, I'm not saying I do not believe them, but as always, why did it take so long? Why now all of a sudden? And there's no way the Raven didn't know about it because he's had a contract since this has happened. So there's a lot of like how and why, and it seems odd. Especially like I said, he was a rookie kicker at this point. I mean, what?
Somebody did the math. Apparently, it stopped right before he got engaged. So,
So what was this? How long did he know about this year? Is that why he was sucking? But then he started making kicks again. So it's
so my question is, are there any legal precedents? Is there anything going on right now in the courts? Is this being pursued, or are we?
I mean, it started at 6, got to 9, and it hasn't really done anything since. When the new ones came out, his legal team basically told the media, like, no, just refer to his Twitter post about what he said like 3 days ago. He's not changed his mind here.
So no, we got these extra ones.
So, like I said, I haven't heard anything. You think something, it's actually kind of stopped, which is also kind of odd. Like, where's it going? Yeah. Everyone's like, the Ravens, so everyone needs to stop saying that. The Rams aren't cutting him until later on. No matter what, if he did this or not, unless it came out and basically it's great evidence that they have to get rid of him like what they did with Ray Rice. That is the only reason they got rid of Ray Rice as fast as they did. As soon as that video came out, they were like, shit.
Which that situation is crazy in itself. The fact that I mean, they obviously went through the steps to have the therapy. They are still married with kids. I don't know.
Ray Rice just became a JV football coach in the area.
Yeah, like that's crazy.
Man, you and me met him at training camp.
Did we
with
definitely
a bunch
did.
of group of kids. And so basically, like I said, as long as there's not something that damning out there, the Ravens aren't going to do it right away. Because one, if they do, and then it finds out that everyone's lying, they're going to look bad. Like they kind of did with the Ray Rice, with how quick they did it. It sort of changed how the NFL approached that. So, and obviously with having Deshaun Watson in our division, they had to talk about it last year, and they pretty much said zero policy yet. This ain't supposed to say so, but he's not going anywhere anytime soon, unfortunately, for good or bad reasons.
Good or bad?
Because they're not. Because if they get him out, they're still they're still a business. They still they're treading as carefully as they can. Everyone said they hadn't made a statement, but the thing I read today or yesterday said they came out and said the generic, we're aware of these installations, we take these very seriously, we're following the process, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I hadn't heard anything definitive. I think that was me. They really had to question. It's like, have the Ravens said anything? I know the NFL definitely hasn't. They got.
I mean, like I said, the thing I read today, it was something I think it had something to do with the article when the new 3 came out and said the Ravens were quoted saying the standard tagline, where take you seriously, blah blah blah. I mean, they kind of, and that wasn't as obviously as bad, but they had the Zay Flowers last year.
Mm-hmm.
And why this seems becoming a pattern again.
It seems like an annual thing.
We're going back to that thing where there was that one stretch where the Ravens had a player arrested every summer.
Oh shit, that was a crazy period in Ravens history.
But
they were wild. Oh my god, every fucking year you had somebody in there getting arrested. So that's why we have the reputation we have.
Yeah, so that
Ray Lewis might also.
Like I said, I mean, now imagine if we were in the Super Bowl.
That would be messy. It's almost like this shit was timed perfectly for that to happen.
Like I said, that's another thing. Like I said, I've been very careful with how I've been thinking this, because I'm like, you can't just say, "No, you all are lying," because you can't be like, "Oh, well, he's lying." Well, how they both can't be lying. They both can't be telling the truth.
Yeah,
it seems odd. Like I said, everyone kind of points out why so long. Tucker's been here for a while. I mean, even if you waited 4 years after the last one, that's still sooner than waiting till now.
That's math.
I mean, I said last one was 16. It happened in 16. I mean, you could have came out when Deshaun Watson's like, hey, look, Tucker's doing this too. Do you want to not wanted to get buried because it's a kicker?
I don't know. It's absolutely fucking insane. Things I never thought I'd ever read.
Kicker.
What a kicker. Well, I guess the kicking position in general will probably be questioned because, again, based on even outside of these allegations, Justin Tucker's gameplay has put him in a situation where we may need to start looking towards the future. I, of course, don't think the Ravens are going to pick that replacement at the 27th pick, but that is, of course, the Ravens' first pick at 27th. A lot of things we're going to need just looking at the free agency list, like, holy shit.
Yeah, that hasn't changed much.
It hasn't changed much, but just to see all the names just laid out like this, it's like, wow. I definitely could see another tackle being picked up at that position. I could see that. Maybe an edge. Maybe. Kyle Van Noy, I mean, I believe he'll be back next year, but I also understand he possibly could be a cut candidate.
What I heard, what someone was saying is the Ravens don't have any of those typical cut candidates this year.
I hope not. Shit.
It's more extension based candidates.
Yeah.
So they could use
so like Ronnie Stanley here says voided contract. What exactly does that mean?
Well, because remember they they redid his. I don't think they have done it yet. At least wherever I got this list from, because remember they redid they redid his contract, moved money around, so basically made it so the Ravens could get rid of him this year and it'll be cheaper. Because before how his contract was, we got rid of him one or the next couple years, it would cost us a shit ton. So I haven't really looked into all that. Honestly, half of this was just here from the last notes. I knew I was going to use them later.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, in my opinion, it has at least maybe a couple years left in him. But I don't see teams probably just throwing a shit ton of money at him. But again, all Pro Bowl left tackles. I mean, those. I see the Ravens figuring something out.
Yeah, I almost. I mean, yeah, Owe had a good year, but not going to be. Hey, can he do that again? Like I said, how much left does Van Noy have? I mean, yeah, he's had a breakout career since he came here. Almost doubled his sacks in the, like I said, I think they said like 60 games here that he did in his first 4 years. But everyone points out we haven't had a dominant edge. And apparently everyone loves the edges in this draft. So I almost think
it also doesn't help that
edge.
we're picking from the winners bracket. Again, that's the biggest downfall when it comes to edges. Most of the good edges are like first, like top 10 picks.
Oh, yeah, all those type of people. But I mean, you can find people. I mean,
I do think OA showed flashes of what could be. I think we need somebody else to hold down when Kyle Van Noy, of course, his time comes. I don't think Ojabo is that answer.
No, that's nothing. Listen, you can't go in this upcoming training camp with Ojabo penciled in.
Nope.
As either penciled in on the 53-man roster. Period.
Damn.
What has he done?
Nothing.
He's been a healthy scratch most of the time. When he is healthy, he just never recovered from that injury. I mean, everyone will say, bad. Yeah. George Pickens hasn't done much better. So let's put that argument out the window.
At all.
That was everyone's favorite. Look at that, George Pickens. Yeah, well,
why the fuck we want him?
You want that headache?
Fuck that. That's a bunch of.
We brought in a headache and we got rid of him. And brought. God,
I want no one. I don't want a single fucking receiver that's ever played for the Steelers, or even whispered by Pittsburgh. Again, I don't know what it is about Pittsburgh receivers, but they all had that. It's something that.
Well, they're good at finding them, but then they also find the crazy ones. And if they get rid of them, don't touch them.
Yeah, just let them go.
There's a reason they got rid of them, because they are good at finding them. Just some go crazy. We a little cuckoo.
Most go crazy.
I mean, George Pickens already, I think, was cuckoo when it came in.
Yeah, he was a little different. A little bit different. Oh, man. But, yeah, we got the Super Bowl tomorrow. Super Bowl 59.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like, and I stream. I'm not even gonna get like the super cool commercials. It's like I'm there for Kendrick. Hell yeah, I'm there for Kendrick, but the rest of this shit, I couldn't give a fuck. Oh shit. God. Chiefs are currently a -1.5 point favorite with the over-under at 48.5, according to DraftKings. Now, that's a straight up game, in my opinion. It could honestly go either way. I know how it's probably going to go. I know how it's probably going to go. I know how I would like it to go. It would be really cool to see Saquon win a Super Bowl on your birthday. How many people can fucking say they've done that? But Chiefs, no. I think something says 3-peat to me.
Well, someone I heard broke it down pretty much, especially for Ravens fans. It's honestly almost better for the 3-peat to happen, because Mahomes already has the Super Bowls. We already know he's already ahead of us. We already know we have to go through and get the AFC. Do we really want the Philly fans to be able to be like, oh, Jalen Hurts got a Super Bowl for Lamar?
I don't even think they would ever say that.
It's somewhat. That's because he's already. I mean, he's been to one lost. I mean, it's a man, but
I personally, I'm just gonna say it. I have a few friends that are Eagles fans, so I've hopped on that bandwagon the last couple of weeks. Go Birds! I also do a lot of business in Philly, so yeah, we're going to Eagles right now. I think they'll win? Probably not. Probably not. I really just I don't know. The Chiefs are just a damn good football team. They are the New England Patriots of the 20s. Hands down, no question.
yeah, how the hell did we go from Tom Brady yay, Brady's gone. Shit. This happened. Meanwhile, we get Lamar, but Lamar's just stuck. Like, what the hell?
Don't make sense.
I'm here now. What the hell? And AFC East, like, yeah, we got rid of him, and then they're like, hell no, Allen's here. Oh, shit.
I don't understand that. I
gonna get any time off in the AFC from someone.
they're always AFC. They have the AFC locked up. I mean, again, Lamar Jackson, in my opinion, again, winningest, Pat Mahomes, no question. Figuring out how to fucking make shit work, Pat Mahomes. But again, just athletically gifted skills, Lamar Jackson by a mile. Again, it is frustrating to be a Ravens fan. We've been talking about this the last couple of weeks outside the show because we've been on hiatus, but it is frustrating. You have the greatest athlete in football history, hands down. You can argue with a fucking wall against me, but hands down, and we don't have much to show for it. It is frustrating. It's really frustrating. Again, this is year 8, going into year 9.
No,
or is it 8?
No, we're going. Remember the new thing is now is Flacco won his Super Bowl in his 5th year and he wore number 5, and Lamar's going in his 8th year and he wears number 8. So that's the new one because the 12.
How is Baltimore? God, Jesus.
Because that's what we do. 12.
That's 12, absolutely.
Every 12 years didn't work.
Thank you, colleague. We do this shit to ourselves.
Yeah, well, everyone does. This is what fans do. But yeah, every 12 years didn't work because that one was going well. That one was like perfect there, and
it really was.
That one didn't work. Except maybe Mark Andrews drop was our Lee Evans.
No, wow, Jesus, wow,
we didn't. That's the problem.
I hope so. I hope
that's the problem. The Chiefs game we didn't lose because we dropped the pass and missed the kick. We just ran the ball 6 times.
I hope you're right. I hope that
I was so hard watching that Hard Knocks when I finally did.
Yeah, so you finally got to watch it. It's been a while since I've seen it. I just said, "Fuck it," Band-Aid ripped off.
I knew.
Ravens haven't put out a Wired.
They almost never do after a loss.
Bro, they didn't even do shit for Pro Bowl, really. They gave Marlon like 4 minutes.
They gave yeah, man, they had the Legos. They had Marlon doing interviews with Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton as his cameraman.
Mm-hmm.
They gave Pat Ricard a GoPro.
That's crazy.
Like we talked about, how does it gotta feel to be paid him, man? He gets the Pro Bowl roster first, like, all right, yeah, got Lamar, got Joe Burrow, got Chuck. Well, he gets to the Pro Bowl. Oh, where's my quarter?
None.
I got Burrow and who are these other 2? Drake made Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's another thing. Everyone points out, the Ravens had 9 Pro Bowls. Last year, Tyler Huntley made the Pro Bowl. I mean, like someone pointed out, the Pro Bowl used to be the last hurrah, my heroes of the game, and now it's the 16th best quarterback playing PE games for some reason.
Again, I go back to other leagues and just how they handled their all-star game. Those all-star games mean something for baseball. Home field advantage in the world.
No, not anymore.
Doesn't mean this anymore?
No, because everyone thought it was dumb because...
No shit, when did that change?
A while ago, because everyone thought it was dumb how home field advantage was coming down to some pitcher from the Orioles who's not going to even be related. People win the World, go to the World Series like, Why the hell is this guy decided the guy who made the team because every team has to have someone make it?
No.
The reason those other sports are a little better for their all-star events. One, baseball and basketball both not as physical.
Yeah.
They easily can play down basketball without changing much of the rules because just don't play as hard defense. It's quite simple. That's why the scoring of that's like 200 points apiece.
That's fact.
Like I said, baseball. I mean, yeah, you play as hard again, but it's not the most physically demanding of the sports. Hockey, I don't know exactly. Hockey, I haven't really looked exactly what they do. They have like 3 teams play it. They can, but that's another sport that can also easily. Let's no hitting. It's easy to pull back, but still not.
Yeah.
Football, let's be honest, it's kind of hard. It's football. It's sort of hard to pull it back. Some of the other games are fun. Like we point out, I never had so much fun watching punting.
Yeah, again, this was an entertaining Pro Bowl. Again,
the games are fun. It's just that weird flag football thing.
Yeah, they even have like a little trivia show. Saw Marlon Humphrey and
I missed all Thursday. I was mad.
I just watched it back on YouTube.
I forgot to watch the Thursday stuff because that's what I wanted. But yeah, it's just a weird flag football game.
It's almost like if Nickelodeon actually took over the football. It just seemed like a big long like episode of Slime Time Live minus the slime and add football. Like it was entertaining. I enjoyed it. The last few Pro Bowl football padded games that I saw were not interesting. They weren't really
because they had so many rules because they tried to pull it back.
Mm-hmm.
Football you can't. It's just a football game is a football game.
All or nothing.
It's just hard to pull that back. Like I said, basketball easily be like, all right, don't play as hard in defense. It's I don't want to do that. Baseball, like I said, you play how you play. It's what happens. Yeah. Hockey, like I said, they can easily pull back and still hockey because it's still hockey. Football, like I said, tackle's a tackle. You can't be out there. You only can play this type of defense. It's like, that means the offense knows what type of defense I'm playing. So I said, all the games and all that some could be better. Some, it's the weird flag football games. I think is what people really get thrown off with.
I will say, flag football, at least through this, it looks like it's really getting bigger with the youth. And with flag football coming in the Olympics, in 2028, the NFL is doing a really good job of pushing it.
Oh, I mean they've been doing that for the past few years now. I mean, many teams have had flag football leagues. I think the Ravens have done it. I mean, you saw 2 flag football people won awards at the honors. So it's becoming more professional once again. Why the hell are all these semi-professional sports now becoming all professional when I'm in my goddamn mid-30s? Where was flag football when I was younger?
I don't know. We were out there playing. They just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, why did they never care about anything? We're out there 18, 19 playing flag football, getting tackled.
Poor Peter.
They didn't care anything about it. Now goddamn professional flag football is going to the Olympics, and we're all like, hey, I played that, but no, they don't care about us. Now we're too old.
Yeah, fuck.
We're too old for the Olympics.
I seriously cannot imagine playing flag football now. I'll play softball. I would definitely play softball, but flag football, no, my body cannot.
I haven't played flag football in years.
Yeah, you played longer than I did.
Aren't we still playing?
That's crazy. I don't understand that. Bro's like 40. I don't get it. That's crazy. Good for you, man. Congrats. Like I'm
winning.
Still winning. Like what? Fucking local heroes there, people. Local heroes. But yeah, no. That does it for our show. Any last thoughts, Russ, before we get out of here?
No, I'm talking about the MVP means nothing. I mean, Lamar already thought that. That's why he keeps his in a box at home.
Boom.
I mean, everyone talks about Ravens. Ravens acted like they wanted an MVP. Or people like, no, it's false, but at that moment, the Super Bowl wasn't happening. So we went back
We needed something.
We want that. We still want that. We just, like you pointed out, we didn't want that because we wanted the Super Bowl.
Yep.
But once the Super Bowl was taken away from us, we went back to, well, we still want that.
Yeah.
We would prefer to that. If you gave us that, it means we didn't get that, fine. But Buffalo took that from us, so we're like, we want that now. We're like a child when we're playing with a toy. We're wanting but we see someone else playing with their old toy, we're like, well, I like that again. I want that. Losing nothing? Absolutely nothing?
Yeah.
That statistical year and he wins nothing?
Nothing. Zilch. Nothing. Nada.
Except first team all pro, which, as we all talk about, once again, is still the most meaningful thing of all time. Even more now than MVP, because typically that's supposed to be the same thing. But you saw, I had a bunch
like
of pansies.
The Oscars.
I had a bunch of pansies that flipped their vote because they felt bad for Josh Allen.
Jesus, people are stupid. That's honestly my final thought. People are fucking stupid, but that can be applied to so much nowadays, which we won't get into. Lamar Jackson snub, kind of crazy. Hopefully more fuel to the fire. Hopefully come back and just be ready to roll. Super Bowl tomorrow. We will see the Chiefs versus the Eagles, aka Kendrick Lamar's biggest concert of his life, because that's all that really matters right now. Go Kendrick. Yeah. So don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll be back at some point talking shit still. Yeah. Go right.